pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of our veterans, servicemen and women, and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. The clerk will call the roll. After the roll call, under the provisions of the open meeting law, for those of you in attendance, please be informed that MATV, along with John Mayara, is recording this evening's meeting. So be advised there will be audio and video recordings of this meeting. First order of business.
Councilor Anderson? Yeah. Councilor Kamel? Here. Councilor Condon? Here. Councilor Crowe? Here. Councilor DeMaria? Here. Councilor Matheson? Here. Councilor Murphy? Here. Councilor O'Malley? Here. Councilor Spatafora? Here. Councilor Winslow? Council President Sika?
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to do mine. Oh, you want to do yours first?
Mm-hmm. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start this meeting by first thanking my colleagues for the opportunity to serve as your City Council President for the year 2019. I want to take this moment to thank Councilor DeMaria for having done an outstanding job before me and really setting the stage for my council presidency in 2019. I ask that you come up, received a small gift.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. So I too would like to present you with just a little token from me and wish you the best of luck. I know you're going to do fabulous.
Thank you.
And we're all here for you.
Exciting.
Thank you.
So several people have asked me what my goals for my council presidency are. One of the most satisfying things about being a city councilor is a city as dynamic and active as Malden is the changing nature of what we are dealing with day to day. We sit here today knowing that next month, next week, or perhaps even next meeting, we will be dealing with something important that we are unaware of today. So rather than set goals for particular accomplishments, my singular goal is that as council president, I'm able to foster thoughtful and respectful dialogue on each and every topic before us in a way that instills confidence in those who have elected us to serve in these important positions. With the differing skills and views we each bring to the table, the fruit of that effort will no doubt be continued progress for this proud city. And one last thing before we get started, I do want to congratulate over the 1,200 workers of the United Steelworkers Local 12003 and 12012, along with National Grid, on the recent agreement they've reached ending the lockout. We have had many Malden residents who are impacted by the stoppage, and I know they are anxious to get back to work doing what they do best. Congratulations. I'm going to hand it over to Councilor DeMaria to speak on behalf of Malden Reeds.
Thank you, Madam President. Wonderful and well said. So I think at this time, the first meeting, we are thrilled to have our Malden Reeds in the house, and I think they have a little presentation for us, so please come up and we welcome you. Ann Durso Rose and Jody Zalk. Thank you.
Oh, put the light on. Hold on, sorry.
Okay. Good evening, and thank you, members of the Malden City Council. I'm Ann Durso Rose. I'm the Associate Director of MATV, Malden's Media Center, and we're so grateful to once again be able to make this presentation on behalf of Malden's One City, One Book program. This is the 9th year of Malden Reads, and we are so proud to say that our program continues to evolve and to expand. Each year, more people learn about our program, more people participate, and each year we find new ways to connect people to each other, to organizations, to businesses, and to new ideas and perspectives. The mission of Malden Reads continues to be to promote literacy, encourage a love of reading, and to build community in the city of Malden. I want to remind you once again that although there are community reading programs across the country, our program in this city is unique because it is a collaborative initiative between the public library and the city's community media center, as well as a dynamic group of volunteers that drive the program, that organize, and that affect positive change. Thank you all for your support each year, particularly by allowing us to make this televised presentation. You've all helped in some way over the years by spreading the word about our program, by reading the book, by coming to any of our events, collaborating with us on a project, or making a monetary or in-kind donation. We invite you once again to take part in whatever way you are able to this year. Thank you for your service on the council, and now I'll turn it over to my co-facilitator, Jody Zalk.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you, outgoing President DiMaria. Thank you and welcome, President Sika, and thank you, councilors. My name is Jody Zalk. As Ann had said, I'm the co-facilitator for Malden Reads, and we wanted to share with you tonight the new book that we've selected for our 9th year and provide you a little bit of information about the book itself, as well as a little bit about some of the programs that we're planning for this year. And we have a couple of other folks this evening who will be presenting. After myself, we have Karen Guigli, who's the Assistant Director for the library, as well as Diana Zhang, who's a lifelong resident of Malden, as well as a member of our committee as well. So we wanted to let you know our book selection for our 9th year is The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. And Karen Guigli will let you know a little bit more about the book itself, but I wanted to let you know the different themes of the book. This is a book in which we'll be exploring Chinese culture, appreciating what the community brings to Malden, and also understanding and appreciating all of the different cultures that make up our diverse community. And we'll be exploring themes and topics like adoption, modernization, family relationships, and the history, culture, and business of tea. And of course, we'll be having a number of tea parties this year and a number of other events that we'll be inviting you to. Our kickoff this year will be January 26th, and we have flyers for you all, and we'd like to cordially invite you to come to our kickoff. It's going to be held in collaboration with the Chinese Culture Connection as part of their celebration of the Chinese New Year. And we're planning a number of other events this year, including our community dinner series. We'll be at Infused Creole, Darna, and we'll also be planning a dinner at Sun Kong. And at Sun Kong, we'll be also combining the dinner with some storytelling, and we'll also be working with local artist C.D. Collins for that. We'll have tea tastings, and we'll also be partnering, thanks to Councilor O'Malley, we plan to have another stargazing event up on Waits Mount, and we'll be planning as well another conversation on race this year, focusing on Asian Americans and their impact in the community. So we're really excited as well about our full calendar of events, which we'll have ready to share at our kickoff. And so with that, we want to turn this over to Karen to share a little bit more about the book before then we present you each with copies. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to make this annual presentation for Malden Reads One City, One Book. I'm Karen Quigley, Assistant Director of the Malden Public Library and member of the Selection Committee for Malden Reads. Malden Public Library and MATV are the two anchor institutions for the One City, One Book project that seeks to answer the question, what would happen if all of Malden read the same book? The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. tells the story of a girl named Li Yan who lives with her family in a remote mountain village in China, where daily life and the economy still revolve around the seasons and the tea trade. The lives of Li Yan's family are upended when a stranger arrives one day in a Jeep, the first automobile the people of the village have ever seen. This opens the village to the larger world, and Li Yan in particular begins to explore the possibility of a world beyond what she knows. When she has a child out of wedlock, she's forced to make a choice that will define both her life and the life of her daughter. Exploring themes of progress, the relationship between mothers and daughters, and what it means to truly belong, The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane was critically acclaimed upon its release and received particular praise for its in-depth look at traditional Chinese culture. Each year, we solicit titles from the Malden community, looking for books that not only entertain but enlighten. Because Malden is as diverse a community as it is, there is so much to discover about our neighbors and ourselves. We hope this year's Malden Reads selection will continue our tradition of showing the commonality of all people through the telling of a very specific story. And now I'd like to welcome a new member of our Malden Reads committee who will share some of her perspective of the book and of Malden. Thank you. This is Diana Jong.
I'd like to thank the Malden City Council for giving me the opportunity to speak as part of the Malden Reads Committee. My name is Diana Jong. I live at 12 West Street in Malden. I am a lifelong resident of Malden, and there are not that many Asians my age who can say that. But I want you to know that the first Chinese person to live in Malden came in approximately 1878, Ong Ah-sho, who was a tea merchant. Since then, small numbers of Chinese men operated laundries or restaurants in Malden, and that includes my father, who owned and operated the Jade Restaurant on Pleasant Street from the early 1940s to the late 1950s when it was destroyed by fire. When I graduated from Malden High, and my classmate Barbara Murphy can attest, there were 3 other Chinese students. Now the population of Malden is incredibly diverse, and Asians are over 20% of the total population. My classmates and I, my Asian classmates and I, spoke Toisanese. Now there's over 100 languages spoke at the high school. My classmates' parents and we either owned laundries or restaurants because that's all that was available. And the students today, while there's still many who do work in the restaurant business, there are many more occupations available to them. So I can say that through the course of my life, there's been a lot of changes in the city of Malden. I'm very proud of that. Last year, I joined the selection committee for Malden Reads, and it's been a wonderful experience. I work with very intelligent and literate people, and I really have learned a lot. I'm proud of this year's selection of Lisa C.'s Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane. And I have to say that while the book is fictional, it does give an authentic glimpse of a life of a young Asian woman, her life in China, and her transition to life in America. The author is an Asian American woman whose books are bestsellers. I'm sure that you will really enjoy reading the book as much as I have. And finally, on a personal note, I and my family would like to thank the City Council for your moment of silence initiated by Ward 1 City Councilor, my friend Peg Crow, in honor of my mother who passed away last February. My mother was not born in Malden, but she lived most of her life here. She was truly a proud Malden resident, and I know that Ma's in heaven right now, and she'd be so proud of this city. Thank you so much.
So we would like to please approach the council and provide books for all the councilors.
Sure, come on up.
Great, thank you.
Before you all sit down, we're going to grab a photo opportunity, if you don't mind. Going to take a group photo with Malden Reeds, if you all want to come back up to the front of the stage. Yeah. I just want to thank Malden Reeds for coming out and presenting us with the new One Book, One City, and I look forward to reading the book. Thank you. Next order of business.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting of December 18, 2018.
On Councilor Murphy's motion to approve the minutes, all those in favor? All those opposed? The minutes are approved. Next order of business.
Mayor's appointment of Eric Rubin, 5 Sullivan Circle, Stoneham, Mass., Director of Public Facilities, said term to expire December 31st, 2021. Council appointment of Claudius Julian, 5 Ridgewood Road, Malden, as resident member of the Human Rights and Fair Housing Commission. Council appointment of Bayi Yachi of 46 Park Street, Apartment 10, Malden, as a resident member of the Human Rights and Fair Housing Commission, and appointment, oh, okay, and then the why don't we do that?
Okay. On Councilor Crow's motion to refer the appointments to personnel and appointments, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The appointments are referred. Next order of business.
President's appointment of the 219 City Council committees.
Yeah.
Do you want to read them?
I'll read 'em. Oh, yeah. So this has taken weeks to come up with who is going to sit on which committees. So the 2019 council committees are as follows: Finance, Kamel Chair, Winslow Vice Chair, Anderson, O'Malley, Murphy, DiMaria. Rules and Ordinance, Spatafora Chair, Crow Vice Chair, Condon, Kamel, and Winslow. Personnel and Appointments, Crow Chair, DiMaria Vice Chair, Condon, Anderson, Matheson. License, Murphy Chair, Anderson Vice Chair, Spatafora, Matheson, and Condon. Public Works, Anderson Chair, Condon Vice Chair, Crow. Public Safety, Winslow Chair, DiMaria Vice Chair, O'Malley. Public Property, O'Malley Chair, Matheson Vice Chair, and Winslow. Cemetery Committee, Murphy Chair, Anderson, and Sika. Malden Hospital Site Development, Matheson Chair, Spatafora, Condon, DiMaria, and resident member Prisco Tamaro. Waterfront Access, Murphy Chair, Winslow Vice Chair, Crow, Matheson, Anderson. Citizen Engagement, DiMaria Chair, Anderson Vice Chair, Crow. Traffic Mitigation, Matheson Chair, Murphy Vice Chair, Kamel. Parking Review, Condon Chair, Spatafora Vice Chair, Kamel, Crow, DiMaria. Community Forestry Program Advisory Committee, O'Malley Chair, Matheson, Winslow, resident members Palmieri and Stein. Community Fund, DiMaria and Kamel. Charter Review, DiMaria, Kamel, O'Malley, and other members are Karen Anderson, Sheila Fermano, Ron Hogan, and Maria Luis. Housing Review, MAPC, O'Malley. Master Steering Plan, Spatafora and Sika. Sign Design Review, Murphy and Spatafora. Site Plan Review, RIO, O'Malley and Winslow. Site Plan Review, Rose Quarry, Spatafora and Sika. Energy Efficiency, Kamel. Zoning Ordinance Review, O'Malley. Library Trustee, Sika. Complete Streets, Murphy, and Problem Properties, Crow. Next order of business.
The following are Class 2s. Century Auto Collision and Service Center, Inc., 448 Eastern Ave, a renewal. Class 2 Frank's Auto Sales, 189 Highland Ave, Malden, a renewal. Class 2 Metro Auto Collision and Sales, Inc., 55 Madison Street, a renewal. Joe Champa Auto Body, Inc., 322 Eastern Ave, a renewal. Class 2 CMP Imports, 595 Broadway, renewal. Top Cars Auto Mall, 259 Main Street, Malden, renewal. Family Auto Mall, Inc., 1160-1176 Eastern Ave, renewal. Class 2 Champion Motors USA, 251 Broadway, renewal. And I have an extended hours Speedway 2504, located at 214 Broadway, Malden, 24/7 renewal.
On Councilor Murphy's motion to refer the petition to license, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? The petitions are referred. Next order of business.
It's a claim, Karen DeLong, 136 Grove Road, Medford, Mass.
On Councilor Kamel's motion to refer the matter to finance, all those in favor? All those opposed? The matter is referred. Next order of business.
I have personal privilege.
Should do personal privilege. Personal privilege, anybody? Councilor Anderson?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. It was an obvious oversight that I think we missed when the folks from the library and all were here to talk about a major fundraiser that they do every year, and that'll be coming up real soon. That is the Triple Threat Trivia. You know, the library folks have been doing that for a number of years. I'm not sure how many years it has been, but it's a great way for the community to come together and celebrate our great library, and to have a way of really providing some good funds for our Malden Public Library, a real jewel in our city. I don't know if anyone can tell me what date that is. What? The 26th? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's Triple Threat Trivia, so be on the lookout for that. On the 24th of January will be the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Luncheon, put on by the North Shore Black Women's Association. This will be the 26th year that the North Shore Black Women have sponsored this great activity that goes on. And it's particularly significant, I think, as we think about all of the accomplishments and all the driving force that women have been making in our political arena. You know, when we think back we celebrate Dr. King, but recognize that it was a woman named Rosa Parks who refused to give up her seat on the Montgomery city bus to a white man during those segregated school days. And that was what prompted and propelled Dr. King into the civil rights movement. And so we see what happens, you know, this last year with women mobilizing politically, and we see what's going on with women, so many women that have been not only running but elected in public office. It's really significant that this North Shore Black Women's Association has been the driving force that has put together one of Malden's probably largest gathering of folks to come together to celebrate the diversity of our great city. So that'll be taking place on the 24th. So I hope all of my colleagues here in the council will come out and support this activity. I've been given the notice on the 21st annual Triple Threat Trivia will take place on Thursday, January 24th. So, and ML King is on the 21st. Okay. So that doesn't sound like the right date. We'll check those. We'll please. What date is it? The 19th. The 19th for the. Okay, that's on that Saturday. So those are the two things that I want to mention, and I want to say to my colleagues, Happy New Year to you. I hope you all had a good holiday season, and good for us all to be back together again. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilor Di Maria.
Thank you, Madam President. I did want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I'm glad to see the audience is full tonight. This is a good start of the year with our Malden High School students. And it's so nice to be in this seat tonight. So I really appreciate Councilor Sika taking over, and she's going to do a great job. Thank you and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Councilor O'Malley?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to remind the council and the community that next Thursday, the 17th, at 6 p.m., the Golden Tornado Club will be having a fundraiser at Kowloon at 6 p.m. You can buy tickets from Jeannie Mercado at the high school. Again, Golden Tornado Club fundraiser next Thursday, the 17th at Kowloon. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor O'Malley. On behalf of the Council President, I too would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year, and I look forward to this upcoming year to getting some things pushed through the committees. I'm confident in who I placed in what. We will get a lot accomplished this year, and I look forward to seeing it all unfold. So thank you. Executive session.
The City Council will take a roll call vote to go into executive session with legal counsel for the City Council in accordance with Exemption 7, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, Sub A, Sub 7, to comply with or act under the authority of the general or special law or federal grant and aid requirements in order to act on pending public records request under General Law, Chapter 66, Section 10, that seeks the disclosure of minutes of the City Council executive session on December 8th, 2015. In so convening an executive session, the City Council will act under the Open Meeting Laws, Mass General Law 30A, Section 22, Sub G2, to determine whether the minutes of December 8th, 2015 executive session warrant continued non-disclosure. I'll take a roll call on that. Councilor Anderson?
Hold on. Councilor O'Malley.
Thank you, Madam President. When I read the posting, it was very confusing about what exactly this is about. Is this related to a complaint of an open meeting law violation?
No.
What is the reasoning for this?
There was a request for the minutes from a citizen.
Okay, and we have a copy of the complaint. We can review that.
There's no complaint.
Oh, a request. We have a copy of the request.
There is a complaint. It's a separate matter for a complaint.
Okay.
But I got the request in email form, I believe.
Well, before we take the vote to go into executive session, I do want to provide the council notice I will be recording the executive session. I will not distribute that by any means unless the council votes to release the minutes, but I will be recording the meeting for record. Just so I want to let you know. Thank you.
I'm not so sure that we can do that, record the executive session.
Could we have the opinion of the city solicitor? Please. Oh, we can? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Lisa, don't worry. We'll do it when we go in. Okay, on Councilor DiMaria's motion to enter into executive session, clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Anderson? Yes. Councilor Kamel? Yes. Councilor Condon? Yes. Councilor Crowe? Yes. Councilor DiMaria? Yes. Councilor Matheson? Yes. Councilor Murphy? Yes. Councilor O'Malley? Yes. Councilor Spatafora? Yes. Councilor, oh, he's not here. Council President Sika?
Yes.
Okay, that passes.
And just so the members of the public know, the council will enter executive session and we will reconvene for the purposes of adjournment only. We will only come back out to adjourn. Thank you.